Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Kavalech, and what in the world is Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny, or rather the port of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. Probably ruffled some feathers already there with that one. So obviously brought to you by Capcom. This is the remastered version, or as I've just called it, the port. We'll get into that as we go. Not that I'm slamming the game, but you'll understand as we go. Onimusha as a series is originated as it was originally going to be a Resident Evil game. And then they realized that the combat was far too interesting and they thought, no, we want melee and we want to do different things, and it kind of grew into its own project. The series itself was lost for a long time. Now obviously they have a new game coming out next year and they've been releasing these re-releases, if you will. Let's jump into the options menu while we finish our talking here. When I say about it being a port, I don't mean it in a negative way, because I love this game. Just to put it out there already, I do really love this game. But don't think that you're getting anything other than the original with shiny coat of paint. And there is some quality of life features, but just know what you're getting into. So options menu wise, languages, obviously. Subtitles, 16:9 or 4:3, screen settings. Now, some people are saying that the 16:9 is causing weird, like, oh, you're not supposed to see that, or there's dead screen or anything like this. I haven't noticed it, to be honest. That's one thing I will say. I've seen some reviews and stuff where people are saying this is a negative point. I haven't noticed it, to be completely honest. I think it works fine. Vibrations on or off. Sound settings, I love a good sound setting. A lot of people will probably chastise me using the English voice language. I personally think it's so cheesy and ridiculous that I just love it. Just simple as. It's that bad. I know the classic dub versus sub debate, but this game in particular, or the Onimusha series really in general, it's so cheesy that I just have to listen to the English voice actors. Separate audio sliders, which I love, which is why I love this menu. But I think that was the same in the original, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I think that's always been the case. So not really anything too special. Brightness. Brightness has its own setting and it's shit. I know people use this all the time, but come on. Like, this is what I used to use on my old fucking CRT monitors back in the fucking day. I didn't really know how to use it. I just know, I was like, right, what looks like... Right, the blacks need to be black and then distinguish all of the rest of the colours in bars. I don't know. Like, oh, wow, that looks far too bright. Oh, wow, that looks far... Like, what am I... I'm just going to reset it to default. Like, it's not clear enough for my liking. I don't like it, but some people do. Some people do. Controls, non-rebindable. I know, I'm on a console. It doesn't really matter, but I like the option. Especially since a lot of these are kind of just random things, charge strength and lock on. Like, there's buttons being used for things that don't even actually need to be used. But anyway, you can change your controller type, but all that does is swap the L3 and R3 buttons. Fucking useless. Absolutely useless. But I suppose at least it's there to see the controls if you need to see them. Privacy policy, obviously, doesn't really matter. An interesting thing to note about this version is that I haven't finished the game yet. I'm not even that far into the game. And in the special features, all of these special mini-games and stuff that you unlocked when you finished or did different things is already unlocked. Kind of a nice feature, I suppose. A bit weird if you first jump in, you look at special features and you're like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Who the fuck is this? What, like, man in black with sunglasses? Like, what is going on? But I suppose nice that it's already there. Your difficulty options, it's an old school kind of game. The difficulties range from... Oh, they did add in an easy difficulty, which... don't really see the point in. The normal difficulty is kind of the best one to go with. It's what it was balanced around. Hard, critical, which is for experts, and you can only kill enemies with critical attacks. I like this game, but I wouldn't be able to play this, I'm not going to lie. And then hell, will you die in one hit? No, thank you. I'm sure there's people who love that, and, all that kind of Dante Must Die mode and Heaven and Hell mode and everything in the Devil May Cry series. People love it. I've never been into it, but it's there for people who like it. I suppose it's a nice thing that it's there for people who like it, And then you have your outfits and all that type of thing. So what is this game? As we jump in to a random save I have. I just thought I was playing and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to fucking do the video because there's not really much to talk about in terms of, you know, what in the world is, because it's the old game. But what is this game? What is this old game? It's an action adventure, or I hesitate to say spectacle fighter because it's not really. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I was going to be straight into battle. I suppose it works out well. Ready? Oh, bit of an overkill there, I'm not going to lie, but always nice to do. Some people say it's a survival horror. I would very much hesitate to call it anything like that, to be honest. Let's see if I can get one of my cool little... Oh, well, that worked. Not what I wanted to do, but it worked. Anybody else? No. Some people say survival horror. I very much hesitate to say that. Now, you've noticed something. This game has set backgrounds. I cannot control the camera. Let's talk about... Originally, it had tank controls, so obviously you had to use the directional pads. And you still can, which is nice. I can turn myself around there. I can walk backwards, walk forwards, the whole shebang. Quality of life feature they've added in is the ability to walk around with the analog stick, which just it makes the game nice. I have to say it doesn't like fundamentally change everything, but it does make it nice. You can also now swap weapons on the fly, including your including your arrow types. Actually, I didn't realize that. So that's a really nice feature. And the lock-on system kind of feels a bit smoother. It runs really nicely, and they've up-resed all the graphics to look nice and shiny. And that door is locked with a cherry blossom that is drawn up with the keyhole. Apart from that, there is nothing else. There is nothing else they have done to this game. And it's interesting because I've seen some places chastise the game for that. Just showing you, by the way, there's no difference in-game in the options. I've seen some people chastise the game for that. Personally, I don't mind it, but that's just because I love this game. Oh, well, we got a puzzle, wonderful. Now I get to show how much of a fucking dumbass I am. Right, hold on, let me see. So if I do this one, and then... Well, no, that's not going to work, is it? No, never mind. I've already shown that I'm a dumbass. Yeah, so you're pretty much just getting the same thing. Oh, that's actually easy enough. Never mind. Ha! Nice. I'm a dumbass. You know. And while I get it that some people were expecting more, I think if you wanted more, it would have to be a full-on remake from the ground up to change so many things about this game. Because I'm not going to lie, this game would not work if you changed anything else. Hold on. Now, but as you can see, this is actually proving my point quite lovely. Oh, there we go. Got my nice little slash there. Very nice critical hit. As you can see, it's not the worst, and maybe it's just because I've played this game lots, so I kind of understand it. The fact that you can't control the camera in this game is, you know, does lead to sometimes you fighting enemies that are vaguely off screen. And or stab him, thank you very much. And or, you know, towards the screen or away from the screen. It also means that if you're running in a straight line and there's camera changes, it's obviously going to change your controls. Now, if you hold down the controls, so if I just hold down on the analog stick now, it'll continue to run, even though now technically I'm running and I should be holding up. It will, as long as I hold down the analog stick, it won't change your direction. But it can get confusing. Some people are looking at this and saying, I need something to open it, and saying that, oh, that's disgraceful, they should have changed this, they should have fixed that, they should have done whatever. They would have had to alter the entire game, and then it wouldn't be this, it would be a new version, it would be a new game. Because this game runs off of, you know, handcrafted pretty much assets, backgrounds, and, you know, this kind of showing you the things as you go. Here's it. Might get a bit of dialogue here, which will show you some voice acting. Nope, never mind. You can't see me, can you? You must do. I have a grudge against no one as I do. I sent I was sent to Gifu Castle as a scout and was caught and killed here. And now I've been caught by the evil haunting this well. I'd like to give you something, but I can't even do that now. However, if you can do shames of purify charm from the castle, maybe we can help each other. Okay, I can try and do that, my friend. Excuse me, the demon's history. I'm not reading all that right now. I'll read it afterwards. So what was I saying? Yeah, so, you know, they would have to fundamentally change the entire game in order to do that. And this, for the record, by the way, is currently on sale for $29.99 or your regional equivalent. That's euros, by the way, €29.99 or your regional equivalent. And it's kind of like I suppose, a preservation thing, but also, I guess it's a cheeky bit of an advert for the fact that they have another new game coming out next year, you know. So it is a bit cheeky in that regards. But it's nice because I don't have a PS2. I'd love one, and I probably will get one at some stage for the channel and for doing things, but most people don't really have things like that. Okay? Oh, here we are. Oh, I thought we'd get some more dialogue than that. Never mind. Most people don't have older consoles like that and won't have access to them, and they're also getting harder to get and probably more prone to breaking and different things like that. Ow. Bastards.
Ready?
I'm ready, yeah. Oh, with your vibrating arm. And so this is a way to make sure that people can still play this game. And also play it in a nice kind of resolution and steady frame rate. You know? So it's good that we have it, I suppose, you know? I think, anyway. And some people are complaining, but I think there's no harm in it. And hopefully it'll introduce people to this type of game as well. Uh-oh. Cutscene. So here. Behold the voice acting. This is why I love it so much.
Oh, mio. Oh, my baby. My baby.
It's actually, funny enough, not the worst.
What? When you said daughter, you didn't mean baby daughter, did you?
Oh, never mind.
This is too good. She is very cute. Hold her tight, Eke.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, actually, I remember this bit. This is where he has a bit of a breakdown, isn't it? Oh, goodness. This is not what I expected at all. I suppose minor spoilers, but at this stage, I mean, look, this game is ancient and also...
This is my baby, my daughter.
What?
Oh.
When the castle fell, my daughter was crying like this.
Showing that, I mean, while it is kind of dodgy voice acting,
Burning the fire.
there's good stuff here. You know? As I said, it has this kind of charm to it. He says, watching a man break down over his dead baby. But you know what I mean by charm. You know?
When she was born, I promised her.
I believe this is a cutscene you can miss.
Feudal lord and make her a princess.
I know that sounds bizarre. I'll explain that in a moment. I will talk about the game itself as well.
Please, take great care of her. Yes, sir.
I completely forgot that this was this early in the game, by the way. I thought this happened way later. Unless this game is... Oh, well, actually, well, we'll talk about that as well as we go. They're gonna bugger off now and let me fucking talk. Thank you. Enough of all that. Back to the killing and the demons. Yeah, so, you know, a lot of it is kind of B tier or C tier or D tier. No, maybe not that low, but lower-ish kind of voice acting and stuff. But I think it does have a bit of a charm to it. Now, as I said, this is just a one-for-one port of the old game. So it comes with all the weird kind of quirks and foibles and things that the game doesn't really tell you. Does it even tell you anything here? Hold on. Swapping, critical attacks using bows and guns. Giving items, yeah. So this game has a weird system. You can give your items to your give an item to an ally and you expect something helpful in return. A mark will appear in the lower right screen to give them items. That's when you're in the main kind of hub town. I have little gifts here that you can give people. It does not tell you in the slightest who wants what. Like, I mean, they give you a vague hint, but even then, one guy was like, "I love books," and I gave him a book, and he was like, "I hate this book," and I was like, "Oh, fuck me then." Apparently, so you know. It still has that old school approach of being like, we're just not going to tell you fucking shit. Some people will love that. I personally do. But yeah, as far as I know, it does mean that there are multiple endings to this game, and there's also multiple kind of cutscenes and stuff that you can miss depending on what items you give, when and who and where and all that type of thing. It doesn't affect, I believe, anything like trophies, or I don't, like, when I say different endings, you know, well, I don't think you're going to have too much of a headache with it type of thing. What's happening here? What is this? Is the Purify Charm. Ah, yes. It seems to resonate with the only power, the earth rumbling inside. Well, we don't have any earth weapons, so we can't get through there. So, it is very much a case of a game where, you know, it has its fans and it has its its kind of way of play, and like I can't even see what he's fighting down there. I'm not gonna lie. I can help him, I suppose, but I can't fucking see what's happening. There is no way for me to see what's down there. I don't think. And oh, he's gonna try and come up to me. Is he? Maybe. We done? We're done. Yeah. I suppose. Oh, fucking hell. But the basic gist of the game is that you are a warrior a samurai rather, who your town is destroyed by demons. You are then chosen to be a warrior that has the power to absorb demon souls. And then you go on your quest to kill Oda Nobunaga. Now, obviously, look, this is a sequel, so a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, why would I play this one first? First of all, don't! You can play the original. It is also on the store to play, Onimusha Warlords. So you don't have to play this first, you can play that first. And it's touched up like this, kind of pretty much is the same, you know, in terms of how polished it is, but the fact that it's still the old game. But this is a game you can technically jump into and still know what's kind of happening and going on. It's good like that. It was you wanted the Purifying Charm, isn't it? Oh, you have to actually give it to him. But, yeah, so through the game you have to search around. There's puzzles, as you've seen. There's combat. There's dialogue. And you go from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. You know, classic adventure game. There's not really much to say in that regards. Please take this as simple as my gratitude. You're welcome. Now go defeat Nobunaga. Good luck. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm a ghost. What did he give me? What did he give me? He's gone. Must be at peace now. Oh, the left half of the brown mask. Ah, means we can get into that room, of course. But you can see, so, you know, you have your map, you search around, you find items, key items, you know, very Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. It's very of its time, and to be honest, I miss games like this. Like, severely miss games like this. I used to... This type of game was my fucking full-on jam. Like, this was the type of shit that I really fucking... Like, there's some games that I can point to that I can say, oh, this really got me into games, you know? But this style of game was, when I was growing up, really kind of solidified my love for games. I have a lot of souls. I could upgrade some equipment, but I'm one of these people that I want to keep it for if and I reckon there's something else I want to upgrade. If and I reckon, you know, because I don't really like the spear, to be honest. So I'm not going to do that. I will, however, save, because it's been a while. So, you know, I think supporting something like this $29.99. I think it's a good thing. You're also getting a very good... If you've never played this, I personally think, even if it's got this kind of bit of jank here and there, I personally think there's enough fun here to really kind of, well, give you some fun, but you know what I mean, to really kind of sink your teeth into. It's overall, like if you have a look here, you can see the honors, which is all the trophies. You can see there's a good amount of kind of shit in here. Lots of different weapons to unlock. They give you different reasons to play through the game, so do it without upgrading weapons, do it on ultimate mode, do it in less than 5 hours. So technically there's 5 hours of game here, but I mean, there's a lot more than that, believe me. If you were to explore and do everything and find all the equipment and do all of the stuff with the companions and, you know, try and get all the different things if you want, or you could just do one playthrough, one and done. But there are lots and lots of different things here that are really, really, I think anyway, makes it worthwhile. You know, in the correct positions, enter the team base. Like this, collect all the Phantom Realms. I don't even remember half of this shit. I don't remember half of this shit because it's been so long. I think all of these are bosses, by the way, so there's a good few bosses in the game as well. Collecting all maps and all files. Like, you can see what type of a game it is. And, I mean, if you haven't heard of Onimusha at this stage, first of all, I was going to say how, but I have to remember that some people aren't into this type of game and they might have just missed it, you know. But excuse me, a lot of people may say, oh, this is coming from a place of nostalgia, you know. But funny enough, I found myself, I'm not infallible, of course, and oh, here we go. Is this my favorite?
Well.
I think this might be my favorite demon. No, it's not. It's this guy. This is not my favorite demon.
has already been decided. There is no way to stop.
But tell me voices like this that you don't just think it's the most glorious fucking cheese. Don't you think?
You're very clever to stay here with me instead of returning to his side, which is falling.
He's got bones on his shoulders.
You're disgusting. Touch me again and you'll regret it.
Oh.
Oh,
Damn.
serious. You're feisty, as always. Anyway, this is the will of our Lord, so I cannot allow you to leave this castle.
This motherfucker. Oh, shit.
Run.
Run.
Jubayagu, you're still alive?
Yes, I am.
It was the Oda clan who attacked Yagyu village. You will pay for that.
Oh, Jubei.
Well, since the Yagyu clan stood in our way of conquering the country...
I know it's Wagyu, but it just makes me think of beef every time, you know?
Now kill him!
You'll do nothing of the sort, my friends, because I'll kill you! Magic powers, go! Oh.
Go now. Hurry!
A fucking move! Woman! Fucking Jesus, will you go? She's like... Yes, indeed. I've unfortunately never been very good at getting the special move on these guys, but I can do a bit of this one, though. I can do a bit of that, though. That works. Thanks so much. Now, so... Where was I? I got so distracted with that cutscene because it was so fucking cheesy. As I said, I love a bit of the good old cheese. Please. Where did this huge wall come from? Looks like it shot up out of the ground. Ah. Oh, I see. Funny enough, actually, speaking of all of this type of thing, like that's one of them moments where your brain might not instinctively think, oh, I can walk on this part, but you can. And that should be the door then that we came in. Yeah, so... Yeah, I was saying about this is so sick looking, by the way. It holds up so well artistically, even with the upgraded graphics and stuff. It helps that the game itself is just so artistically rich and cool. But yeah, I was saying about nostalgia and things like that. And are we going to get another fucking cutscene? No. I was saying about nostalgia. Oh, we are. Oh, here he is, the famous. He's in all the trailers and everything. Gorgon Dantes, I think that is his name, I think. Gorgon Dantes? Gorgon Dantes?
Who are you?
You're getting such wonderful things at the start, but this is still very early, so it's not too major in the way of spoilers. Gorgon Dantes.
Swordsman of all demons.
Oh.
What's wrong with you? Who talks like that?
Even he thinks it's ridiculous. But yeah, you can say that this is just nostalgia speaking, and you're like, oh, you know. And as I said, I'm not infallible, but I do genuinely think that there's been multiple games I've played that I was like, this doesn't hold up today. It doesn't. I'm quite good at looking at things objectively and saying, this is shit, you know. And there are parts of this that I'm like, like the voice acting. But, oh shit. I may die here, by the way, because I'm not really remembering how to fuck to fight this guy. Ooh, nice fucking hit though. Hold on. You just gonna stand there? Okay. I would like to hit you. So you're seeing some of the weaknesses really as I'm playing here, which is the whole camera angles can sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of the times in certain fights and stuff really fucking fuck you up. Hold on, let me heal because I'm not doing all that again. Thank you. Like a lot of the fights. Hold on, do I need to get him with a? I might need to. Hold on, let me see if I can get one. A lot of the fights suffer from this whole thing of. Let me try and get this. Oh, I got him. Haha, fuck you. Got a trophy for that as well. No, fuck off. Do you know what? Fuck it. Now, here's actually an issue that I keep finding, which is every time I try and use the demon form, it takes me a couple of fucking goes. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get rid of him rather quickly. Now is not the time. So, I can see parts of this that I think have aged poorly. But I also think that if you took them away...
Heroes never run.
Heroes never run.
Can't be helped. You are too weak to take me on.
Well, I'll have to come back and kick your fucking ass later on then, dickhead. But,
This way.
it does have weaknesses. Don't get me wrong. You know, and I won't sit here and say that it doesn't. You know? But I think they're ones that you can and should look past, because here is a game that is... Go up the ladder, yes. A lot of fun, and some people would say a relic of its time, but I personally would say a extremely well-crafted and charming game. That is a big ball. What the fuck is this? Hello? Oh, she's got to put her necklace in it. Yeah. Do it, madam. You know, you're getting... What you see is what you get. You're getting a game that might be old, but still stands up today,
Okay.
I think, in some ways better than games that come out now. Because it has its whole identity. It knows what it wants to be. It executes everything it wants to do to a pretty much high quality level. And then on top of that, it also you obtain the Faith Orb, nice. It also does it without slicing off parts of its gameplay in order to sell it to you as DLC or anything like that. Like, this is a complete package with, as I said, a good amount of stuff on it. You know, you're getting a good amount of content here. And the second part to the first game. So if you buy the first one and this one, you get 2 games. They add up to still less than the cost of a main game. And you're getting 2 fucking hilariously, wonderfully cheesy... What the fuck is this metal horse? I forgot about this game entirely. I played less of this game because it's been so long since I've had a PS2. What is this game? Like, tell me this is not fun. Tell me. And it's something I've preached about. I haven't been around on YouTube long, but I have preached about just fun and fucking frolic bollocks video games. And while I think there is a place in the world for the serious topics and the, some of my favorite video games are ones that I point to and say, oh, it's like a movie, it's like art, it's like something that I can bring someone that doesn't know anything about video games and show them and they can appreciate it. But things like this, sometimes I just want to play a samurai demon-killing man on a metal horse in a demon-infested castle. Like, yes! Oh, yes! This game, I fucking love it. I love it. You know? Is it perfect? As a port, it is. Because it does everything it says it's going to do, which is give you the old game, except better looking, running smoothly, and, you know, a couple of quality of life features here and there. I personally don't think it needed more than that for the price point. Some people do.
Where did you get this orb?
But I personally think that it's worth the entry cost.
For saving my life.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
That was easy.
By the way, I never did get your name.
Oh, here we go. Here.
My name is Oyu. I'm from Odani.
Oh, you're Danny.
So you were related to Asai.
Oh, Danny boy. Oh, sorry.
I see.
Like,
Nobunaga is taking down Asai right now.
Is some of the systems not explained properly? Yes. Like, personally, the...
I went to Gifu Castle to kill Nobunaga myself.
The parry... Well, it's not really a parry system. But hold on, I'll let these two shut the fuck up and then I'll explain my final thoughts here.
I must take revenge on Nobunaga for the Yagyu clan.
Well, I'll be here in Onimusha for a while, so...
Oh. Good old cheesy rom-com-y nonsense. Technically, she saved us, can I just say?
If you need anything, please, let me know.
So, you know, there's a good equality there, because she saved us. We saved each other. So this is the town. We can talk about this and then kind of, to be honest, kind of just wrap up my thoughts. This doesn't need to be a full one, because you can kind of see everything as is. You know, I think the kind of little bit that I've shown, I'm sure the other horse is like, what the fuck is that in the other stable?
Hey, Jubei!
What do you want? Oh. Kotaro? Like, you're getting a fun, full quality game.
That woman?
30 quid.
Are you sure?
And that's it, you know.
Do you know something about her?
I'm getting invested again. Like I had to stop playing to make the video, and now within the video I have to be like, right, okay, focus on the video because it's just too fun. Kotaro. It's just too fun. Some of the systems aren't explained fully. Like for instance, the I keep going to say this and getting stopped, so I'm gonna fucking say it now. For instance, does it say it here even? Charged attacks. Quick attacks, critical, the critical attacks. Right before an enemy attack hits, perform a critical. That is not helpful in the slightest because I could just be terrible. And let's be honest, I am terrible at these games. Now, I do have the platinum for the first game, for what it's worth. And obviously, I played a lot of this when I was younger. I played the third one, I played the fourth one. Like, I've played these games. I love these games. But I still, to this day, I'm just like the idea of playing a mode where I can only hurt things by doing critical attacks. I'm like, I haven't a fucking clue. That's minor because you can get through the game without it. The gift system is not. You are gonna have to look it up because I don't think you need to fully engage with it. To be honest, like you don't have to, and that's fine. But I would highly suggest if you want to get the most out of it, you're going to have to look up things because you're genuinely going to be like, what the fuck is going on? You know, there's a lot of having to go back and forth and talk to random NPCs, and it's very cryptic. Very cryptic. And even then, like, I was looking up a thing and I was like, oh, I remember if you give a certain item. So I looked it up, I gave the item, right? And here's the thing, this is what's funny about it. I gave the item, and it gave me a different thing to what they told me it would give me online. And that I was like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do with that? You know? So this is kind of the hub area, by the way. Oh, nice little upskirt shop here. You think I'm drunk? Yeah, I'm sure, my guy. Yeah, so this is where you kind of can come, you can shop, you can chat to your friendly NPCs and give them gifts. Giving them gifts will mean that they turn up more in the main kind of sections of the game. And then it'll also affect kind of interactions we have with them and items they give you. They can give you special items and power-ups and that type of thing. Like I said, it's not like necessary, but it's definitely a big system that I feel is woefully underexplained. You know, even as somebody who's played a lot of the game and everything and was kind of looking stuff up, I still am not 100% sure. It doesn't seem to affect even getting the platinum, I'm not going to lie, but one was looking for you earlier, she was even more suspicious than you, she's waiting for you at the marketplace. Okay, that's to continue the game. But like all the NPCs, like even the ones that aren't your friends, they might have little side quests that they don't really explain. They're just like, oh, if only I could do this thing, and then you can find the item and give it to them, and then they'll be happy to do whatever then, you know? It's a deep system, the town. And then I'm going to come straight out and say, I know it's a spoiler, but I'll come straight out and tell you right now, the back half of the game, the second half of the game, it gets thrown out the window. You know? You build up all of this stuff in the town, and then there's a section where it's just like, right, you leave the town, and then it's the end of the game. Now, you do get a lot out of it before then. You know, here's all different things you can buy in order to give to your... yes, including a naughty novel. Oh, doesn't leave much to the imagination. Madam! But, yeah. You know, it's a really kind of... What's funny about it is that I was about to say it's a really unique system, but what's funny about it is that it's so unique that it ended up in the new, I think it was the Rise of the Ronin game. They ended up sticking it in that game. Which I find hilarious. That it took that many years. I mean, there's probably been other systems like it in other games, but, you know. Now I'm conscious now not to continue on any more stories, so I'll head into this with... Oh! I'll head in here and we'll just kill some crocodile men for the moment to gain some gold. You need gold in order to buy nice things for your friends. Oh, very nice. See, that was a critical hit there, by the way. Critical hits also get you more... oh, fuck. Get you killed, apparently. I was gonna say get you more in the way of orbs and stuff like that, but it's a good way to get you killed if you've been a dumbass. But, yeah, to be honest, no. Cheese used it. Hold on. Let me reload this properly, because I'm fucking... Don't you try and tell me to change the difficulty, you bastards. Let's go back to here. Thank you. Yeah. So, Onimusha 2, it's Samurai's Dream, isn't it? I think that's what it's called. But Onimusha 2, basically. A phenomenal game. A solid port, but nothing more than the original touched up. Don't go in expecting more. It's not that I'm annoyed that people wanted more. Like, I understand wanting more. I wouldn't mind if they made a whole new thing of it, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'll kind of not take what I can get, because that shouldn't be how you kind of interact with these games. You know, we should always expect, or not expect, but ask for the best. But in a situation, okay, I'm gonna stop now because I'm fucking just getting myself killed. I'm trying to do more critical attacks, but as you can see, and what's funny here is a funny thing, and I don't know if it's a difference in the way this game works, or if it's I don't know what. But the one thing I will say is that in the first game, I was amazing at critical attacks, like really good, and I know. It's easy to say that, oh yeah, I was amazing at them. No proof. But no, I genuinely was. I was very good at the critical attacks in the first game, and I kicked ass. This version, for some reason, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but like I feel there it is. See, like I feel like I should just be getting that pretty much every time, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's not really much more I can say. I personally think if you enjoy action games, if you enjoy adventure games, if you enjoy puzzles, if you enjoy fighting monsters, cheesy stories, the whole fucking 9 yards, if you enjoy video games in general, I personally would recommend Onimusha 2. Is it like a 10 out of 10 best game of the year? For some people, yes. For some people, no. But for €30, or your original equivalent, as I always say, I think it's worth it. Personally, I'm having a lot of fucking fun. I'm having a lot of fun. And in my little brain, and I know this is a selfish thing, but in my little brain, I'm hoping that by buying this and supporting it, I didn't pre-order, by the way. Well, technically I did, but my version is that I wait and see, and like reviews and stuff usually come out a couple of days beforehand, and then I buy it like the night before. So technically I'm pre-ordering, but I'm not really, because I already have seen the reviews and know that, you know, whatever about the game, good or bad or indifferent. Excuse me. But I'm hoping that by supporting the game, we'll get more of them. And I know it's a selfish thing, but is it selfish to want more video games and want more things that you enjoy? I don't know. I'll let you decide that. Yeah. If you like what you see today, please do like and or subscribe. Oh, here's a little doggy. That's all I'm going to say, by the way, as a little hint. If you do want to play this game and not use guides, I'm just going to do a bit of that, and then you can kind of decide from there what it is that I'm trying to tell you about the dog. It is a trophy, by the way, so I'm sure, look, most people just fucking look it up. Anyway, I'm getting distracted again. I also miss this. I miss being able to click on something and have the character be like, a guard station, there's no one here. I know that's kind of boring, but I like when they interact with things and tell you about the world and flesh things out. I think it's wonderful. Onimusha 2. What in the world is it? It's a video game, that's what it is. And I think it's a damn good one. And one that you should support. Even though... Well, actually, no, Capcom is one of the ones that are alright. They do an alright job. They do an alright job. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Kavalech. I'll see you all next time. Hold on, let me do this one. This is a good one. Bye.